When most people think about stuttering, the things that they commonly think about are the symptoms that are visible outside. Example: blocking, repetition, and prolongation. Now, this question has bothered me, and I have thought a lot about this question. Is the speech most important part of stuttering, or there are things which are beyond the speech and the symptoms that we see? And that is what I wanted to explore and discuss with you today. So, from the outside part, the things that are commonly seen by the listeners are things like repetition, where a stutterer repeat the words, and blocking, where the person is blocked on certain word or certain words during the conversation, and they are blocked on that word for a long time. And then there are other symptoms like prolongation of the words, but not just these three. These three are main ones, but other than these, there are other things that tension in the face, and you see that their speech is not flowing smoothly. The breathing becomes erratic. They have sometimes the head is shaking, or they are rapidly blinking the eyelids, and bunch of other things. But these all are the outside symptoms. But there are things which are also going on in stutters, inside a stutterer's head and inside a stutterer's body. And I think that they are more important than the things that are visible outside. So, some of the things that are going inside in a stutterer's head before and after, and also during the stuttering happens, are things like before the time when there is a speaking situation coming up, there is fear that I may stutter, I may not be able to communicate my message, and I may get blocked. Then there are things like anticipation of stuttering, that stuttering can happen, and what would I say if this thing is coming my way? What should I say if that thing comes my way? And then during the stuttering, there are other things going on, which is very interesting and very tricky, because the stutterer is not able to communicate on the message, communicate on the conversation, and be in the conversation, be present, and instead there are multiple things going on. He is communicating, and also there are other things which are going inside his head and body. For example, word substitution. If there is a feared words that come in, the stutterer will try to substitute that word and try to be fluent. Then a feeling of relief if a feared word comes, and if the stutterer is able to pass that situation by either choosing a different word or somehow be able to speak. And then there are bunch of other things going on, like there is tension all over the body, and the person is not in the conversation and worrying about the dialogue itself, that how am I speaking, what others are thinking of me. So there are multiple roles that is being played inside the stutterer's head when the stutterer is having a conversation. Now, in my case, I think I had the problem of blocking mainly. I used to get blocked, and that was the main symptom which I had outside. But in the inside, I had almost all the symptoms that I just mentioned. And I think that inside is what contributes a lot to the problem. I'm not saying that if we fix outside, there is not going to be any improvement, but if we want real and drastic change, you need to also fix the inside as best as you can. And that is what I think helped me to work on inside and also work on outside. So for the outside, you can always have things like slowing down and breathing and trying to relax and doing bunch of other things, speak in a monotonous way, speak in a sing along way. And all of these are taught in different speech therapy classes. I am not saying that they are not effective. I'm saying that if you just do this, but if the internals are not changing, the change that you expect to see can take a lot longer. Instead, what I would suggest is, at least in my case, what helped is I worked on outside and also I worked on inside. So for inside, you can do things like meditation. Meditation helps to calm the mind, and it relaxes you, it gives you more control, and you come to realize that you can be at peace after, when you're doing meditation. And also you can take that peace which you have gained during the meditation and take it in your daily life and be present in your daily life and realize that you have the ability and control to be able to speak and communicate in an effective manner. So, meditation is a good one. The other one that helped me is journaling. Journaling about the speech, how your speech is going, how you are doing, what is working well, what is something that is not working so well. So writing your thoughts down. If some speaking situation do not go very well, write it down and share your feelings, because a lot of the time what happens is, and this is not just the case with stuttering, but in general also, if you write your feelings down, then you have a way to channel it out. You have a way to put it on paper so that it is not just lurking inside you, and you are able to express it, because a lot of the times all these feelings remain inside, and they sort of build up energy inside you. So writing helps to them find an outlet um, once you write it on paper. So journaling is a good one. Then other than that, I think visualization is another one that has helped me. You visualize how you want to be, how your future want to be. For stuttering, it could be you can visualize that how it would be to speak as a person who is speaking confidently, who is speaking well, and you try to bring that picture in your mind. You try to feel the feelings, and you really embody those feelings and that picture in your mind, so that it is not something which is far fetched, but it can become a reality. And as they say, that the brain does not know the difference between something which has happened for real in your life and something that you have just created in your mind. So what will happen in this case is that if you create a picture of you, how you want to sound, how you want to communicate, and if your picture is very clear and you are able to really see it, really feel it, you really feel it in your body, then the mind does not know the difference, and you will start seeing those changes inside your mind, inside your body. And once you see those changes, you will build more and more confidence, and you will have more courage to take on new challenges. So I would like to challenge you to work on not just on your external, but also on your internal, and see if it changes anything in your life. So again, the takeaway is, it is not just the outside in stuttering, but also the inside that I think is equally important, in fact more important. So if you are on a journey to improving your speech, work on not just outside but also inside. Thank you.